Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cliff Diver's Edge. We're back, and thank you for joining us. Today, we have a really cool subject today we're going to be covering, and it's going to be all about your Fav 5 is smothering your flame. A lot of times when we talk about being a candle and having your own flame, your own excitement and love in the world, we want to make sure that the people that surround you, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, wife, or your husband, you want to make sure that we're letting that flame exude in the world and shine in the world. There was an old story from a old mystic that had a story about a flame, but he put it in a drawer next to the dresser at night, so the flame, you couldn't see it. It was like smothered. So that's why I was thinking about that, to say a lot of times, right, we smother our own flames, or our friends will smother our own flames when we're working and really trying to develop our true ikigai and our purpose in life and giving back in life. So today we're going to be covering that subject. So hang on to a really cool journey for today. We're going to be talking about your Fav 5 is smothering your flames. A lot of people will say, like, your Fav 5 is crippling you. I've heard that as well. Like, oh, your Fav 5 is crippling you. Fav 5, I think, came from like basketball, when everyone says, "Hey, what's your Fav 5?" Or like phones for Sprint and T-Mobile, when they say, "What's your Fav 5?" I think that's where it came from. Like, who's in your inner circle of your friends on speed dial. The Fav 5 for like basketball and football was always like, "Ooh, who's your Fav 5? Who would you love to have as your 5 ultimate players?" Playing one game, or playing for a world championship. Is it Michael Jordan? Is it, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? So who's your Fav 5? So today we're going to be covering your Fav 5 is smothering your flame. And in our Ikigai process, we want to make sure our flame is bright, it's glowing, and it gives back to the rest of the world. Okay? Any questions, comments, shoot them down in the comments below. And our community loves comments and growing together. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below some of your experiences, and then also some of your feedback as well. Okay? Today, I'm a big fan of Jim Rohn, right? Jim Rohn once said, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And it's a statement that echoes the profound impact of our closest friendships. Our inner circle plays a pivotal role in shaping our character, our goals, and our future. In this in-depth exploration, we'll delve into the wisdom and idea and its real-world implications. Life takes over. Next thing you know, 3 or 5 years down the road, it's it's a struggle to get out of. So we're going to be covering some real world examples today on that. I try to give a little bit back in this Cliff Divers Edge community on the videos and all our podcasts for just sharing examples, not only cliff diving examples over the years of walking the path, setting goals on the journey, on the path, our fears, and then getting to the cliff and having that foggy unclarity in life to say what now, or you're not happy, or the choices. We're going to be getting rid of a lot of that fogginess and really delving into clarity right in this channel for the Cliff Diver's Edge. Motivational speakers like Jim Rohn and Les Brown are some of my favorites. We'll discover some transformative power and chosen company and how it impacts our journey towards passion and purpose. And I've studied and followed Jim Rohn since I was a kid. I had his cassettes, I had his CDs, I had his DVD programs, his weekend events, how to have the best year ever, his life goal setting workshop, Jim Rohn's famous quote emphasizes the significance of our 5 closest friends in shaping our lives. It's a reminder that our immediate circle of influence wields immense power. If your 5 closest friends are unmotivated, lack goals, avoid the gym, and harbor negativity, it's like that you'll be influenced in very, very similar ways. Surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire, motivate, and embody the qualities you wish to cultivate can be very transformative, but it also could be very, very challenging. Like, how do we get around those people, right? What other shifts outside of our comfort zones do we have to make and get into so we can hang around a different Fab Five in 6 months next year, whether it's at a church, whether it's at a meeting group, whether it's doing something that you have a passion or a hobby for. Do you have a horrible Fab Five, or is it a Fab Five that's like unshakable? So grade them really quick on love of their job, their career, their zest, and their play of life, their support and time to help you and those around them. Grade them on their eating, their drinking, and their health habits. What's their score? Is it like an A, a B, a C, or even an F? Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. The people you choose to surround yourself with are a reflection of your values, aspirations, and goals. If your friends are ambitious, disciplined, and forward-thinking, it's a strong indication that your future is headed in the same direction. Their influence can drive you towards your passion and purpose. Motivational speaker and life coaches often stress the importance of a positive environment. When you surround yourself with your friends who are not only optimistic but also working on self-improvement, the effect is contagious, right? It's almost natural. Zig Ziglar's words come to mind. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Make sure they're a positive influence. Positivity breeds aspiration, and it's a catalyst for discovering your passion and purpose. The power of our inner circle isn't limited to personal growth. It extends to mutual support and elevation. When your closest friends are committed to uplifting one another, working on communication, and seeking ways to scale up in income and investments, their synergy is astounding. Together, you can build an environment that fosters passion and purpose. Right now, we're going to be talking about OQP. If you've heard of this statement, which is really cool, I like to use it a lot more. OQP, only quality people. I'm so moved by Les Brown, and I'm sure you are too. His motivational speeches on YouTube are fiery and animated, and he often talks a lot about OQP, like only quality people. So we have a standard as far as our friends and who we're hanging around with, or weekends and stuff, and how do we hold those standards where we have only quality people. I'm sure you're around people that are negative, that always complain. I know I am. Always complain, have problems and issues. Always are negative on this, and always have what would it be called? Just a like a victim mentality. And it's tough, right? It is tough to be in. So how do we raise our community and our little surroundings with 1 person, 3 people, 5 people, just on only quality people, like Les Brown says, like only quality people. And I'll refer to this a little bit more too in this video here for today. Les Brown's is so fiery and so animated. I love referring to him on this Cliff Diver's Edge podcast. So he's filled with excitement and is bundled with tons of aha moments every time I hear him speak. I always keep my pen writing, even when I'm at the gym, burning the calories and getting in a great workout, listening to some good motivational speakers like Les Brown, right? Just motivational. He's loud, he's energetic, and he just raises your game, right? You're motivated for the next 3 or 4 hours. Les Brown says you earn around $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest people that are around you. That's statement that's hits home to a lot of people listening today or watching this video. You earn $2,000 to $3,000 a year. Closest people around you, says Les Brown. I'm going to dive into a really quick story today. I had a friend years ago that never smoked or drank booze, like ever. He started dating a woman, and she was a heavy smoker and drinker and loved the bars on the weekends. And I remember him buying the nicotine patches for his newly acquired girlfriend. They were like $60 just for a box. However, time and what I call tilt, almost like a diving board. We're talking about cliff diving, right? The tilt of life and the weighted negative peer pressure of a relationship really hurt him. His muscles could not endure this, and it crippled him. Now, I'm not talking gym muscles like biceps and quads and thick shoulders from heavy exercise and protein shakes to fuel the system. What I'm talking today about is the inner muscles of self-image, self-talk, and the disciplines of health, fitness, and nutrition, and how important that is day in and day out. You see, he didn't have the ritual muscles to tilt his girlfriend and their relationship to the other side of a healthy, strong, maybe, a community, things you can do together, biking, riding, going to the gym, going to relationship conventions and things like that. He was lacking the muscles of everything about like loving your job, loving your purpose in life, and they were helpless in defeating habits. And now we talk about habits and a cliff diver habits. A lot of times when I'm practicing a new dive, I start with a 1 or the 1 meter, and I could do it on the side of the swimming pool, or I just do it on the springboard on the 1 meter, even though I'm need to perform it on a 7 meter or 10 meter. And we just drive those habits, try to do that dive over and over and over, and then I'll take it up to 3 meters, which is 9 feet, and then I'll take it up a little higher. And if I whack and screw up on that low one, then that higher one, I go back and I keep over and over just instilling these habits. Cliff diving has set up a lot of amazing rituals and habits for me that it created a really, really amazing person and personality for me, of who I've become the last 15 or 20 years. All habits, all disciplines, all, getting in the reps. Some really, really great stuff. So this is what we were talking about. They were helpless in defeating the habits of her smoking and drinking in bars that were set in for years and years and years, as he's sort of new. He's sort of like going with the flow, as men usually are. Well, I like her, and it's okay. We'll go out a few times, and this few times leads to, every weekend, and one drink leads to drinking every weekend, and things like that. Those habits of smoking and drinking could have been replaced with far more better uplifting habits, like we discussed earlier: fitness, health, nutrition, fruits, vegetables, all kinds of things, cooking. So you can't fix the rotten fruit by climbing to the limbs. You have to dig deep in the soil and heal the roots. Have you heard of those statements before? You have to heal the roots of the problem, and you can't just like pick the fruit. No matter what's showing to us, whether it's money, whether it's finance, or how we look in the mirror, right? We just can't. I can't change my gym habits if I eat junk food, throughout the morning and afternoon. All right, we have to dig deep in the roots. They also say that about the fish, too. There are some stories about a fish that are sick, and they don't feed them new food. They switch out all the water and put them in a new fresh water tank. It's amazing on that little concept as far as our community and our surroundings, and that like fresh water for the fish, as far as having a little sickness and things, and how we rejuvenate compared to eating better food, right? So Getting back to my story of my friend and getting into some life lessons that I've endured over the years, I seen him just before we got married, a cigarette in his hand and a beer in another. And just after the wedding, him and his wife were out at a bar. He had a little too much to drink. He slipped on the hill that was probably wet from the rain or dew and landed on a metal stake in the ground that the electric company put there as a caution. Now, as life has it, he is paralyzed on the right side, walks with a walker, and doesn't do much all day, all week, all month, all year. She was able to quarterback his life and tilt it to the worst, right? When we're talking about cliff diving. Why was he so weak? Why did he give in? Why couldn't he do the complete opposite for him and his loved one? And what can that teach us about our own Fab Five? And that's what we're talking about today. Our Fab Five. Our Fab Five is smothering our flames, or it's taking our flame and making it a bonfire. OQP, only quality people. You are the people you are around the most, from Les Brown. I have a whole academy on exactly how to find, discover, and then surf the wave of your truest passion and purpose throughout life. And I'll link it below so you can check that out. The influence of your closest friends. If you still got that notebook out, go ahead and write, and maybe who you're around the most. I'll grade them from 1 to 10, or A to F. Right, and just maybe write some notes on to say, who could you hang around most? Who can you reach out and give a call to hang around somebody that's only quality people, right? High up on your list of people that help you expand your flame in the world and really help you grow and shine to others. And as you embrace the influence of your closest friends, it's equally vital to consider the impact you have on their lives. Ask yourself, how can I support my friends better? How can I listen more attentively? And how can I offer guidance and help them scale up in their endeavors, right? So to reflect it back and say, how can I do more? Get out a pad of paper or schedule it in your Google Calendar to give them 30 minutes each and every week. What do you need? How can I help? What are your struggles? What resources can I help you with? Things like that, right? So we took it from OQP, only quality people, but we're also looking now in a few minutes of saying, what can I do better, right? What could I do better for other people so I could expand the flame of their candle and their light in the world to give back to my sister, my brother, my cousin, my significant other, my wife, my son, my daughter, whoever is around your Fab Five, right? What could you do so we're not smothering someone else's flame, right? Like that old mystic story where we had a candle and a flame and he stuck it in the drawer in the nightstand, right? And we're thinking, wow, it's a lot of times like life, right? We take a job that we didn't like, that we didn't want. First few days, people are coughing and sicking. People hate their jobs. It's very negative, and you're thinking, what did I get myself into? And then a year or 5 years later, right, we go down the path of the Niagara Falls and the river and the current of life. And the mission of giving back and nurturing your own mini community of superheroes is the journey towards shared passion and meaning in life. And a lot of times when we talk about Ikigai, we're going to be talking about that as well. A lot of people say Ikigai, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my purpose? There's a lot of studies on saying if I could find somebody else find their purpose, it makes it easier for me as well. If I could help somebody else, on their fitness goals, on their, communication goals, on their whatever it is, right? I could easily help myself, and it comes back tenfold. Zig Ziglar quoted, "You can have everything in your life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want." Are you brave enough? That's the question right here for this Cliff Diver's Edge. Are you brave enough? In this age where conformity often prevails, where speaking up is discouraged and saying no can be frowned upon, do you possess the courage to make those choices? Can you say no to that invite to happy hour, to indulging in unhealthy habits, and instead boldly say yes to discovering your own joy, illuminating your path, and lighting up the world? Are you willing to utter the words no when your friends suggest a night out at bowling and instead say yes to diving into a book, immersing yourself in a course of learning, or dedicating yourself to an hour at the gym, transforming into the fit and vibrant individual that your inner mirror once reflected? Are we strong enough? And going back to that life story of my friend years ago, right? Are we strong enough to say, nope, it's not going to be your way. It's going to be my way, right? And my way is going to be a healthier way. It's going to be a more loving way. It's going to be a more happier, enlightened way. Fitness, goals, moving, smiling, meeting others, and doing things we love. One of the most unwavering paths to finding your ikigai, your purpose, is to master the art of both selecting and nurturing the 5 individuals surrounding you. The journey is a testament to your determination to shape not only your destiny, but those around you. And it's a pursuit that leads you to the profound wellspring of passion and purpose in your life. I have a whole video on my favorite ways to bring out the inner you, to radiate and shine throughout your truest, meaningful life, and to really bring out the flame, right? What we're talking about right now is really brighten your flame. So check that out in the video below. If you want to start living your dreams instead of worrying, contemplating, or working somewhere you hate that brings you down and you feel miserable, this is all thoroughly covered step by step in my Cliff Diver's Edge Metamorphosizing from Blurred to Crystal Clear Academy. And I'll link the program down below so you can check it out. Today's video was all on your Fab 5, grading your Fab 5, flipping it over, and then grading yourself on how you help those around you, or your Fab 5, grow and expand and really broaden their candle or their flame in life. And then we also had a story that's like in a lot of ways, right? I was in high school, and a lot of the friends I was in were either killed in car crashes for drinking and driving. My junior year, my senior year, my year of college. So who we're hanging around with, the devastating impact it has on us, health-wise, fitness-wise, life and death-wise, and that. We're also talking about some really cool things like Jim Rohn, OQP, only quality people. You could even write that in your car or your journal, and just keep a mental note of that, of who you're around every week, every month, and grade yourself and see how we can change those and level up that in our life in so many ways. If you liked this video, leave a comment below. I love hearing from everyone here in the community, your feedback, maybe some life stories that you've had on how your Fab 5 is smothering your flame. Thank you so much. If you have any comments, shoot them down below, and I'll see you in the next Cliff Diver's Edge video.